15 years ago, a company was started that would provide high-end, high-fashion, and high-quality eyewear to Jamaicans. This company, Q Optical, was the brainchild of Dr. Aaron Wall, who came to Jamaica as a volunteer at the fish clinic in Papine in the 1980s. JNN joined Q Optical at their anniversary celebrations at their Manor Park branch on April 8 to capture some of the memorable moments. Okay, we're here with Christopher Eldemeyer. He's the brand manager for Q Optical at Manor Park branch. Hi, Christopher. How are you?
I'm doing spectacular, thank you.
How are you feeling? 15 years Q Optical.
It's a great feeling. It's an overwhelming feeling to know that we're actually celebrating 15 years. Our customers are here. We're just having a great time. And it's just a way of giving back to our customers and thank them for their patronage and support over these 15 years.
We're here with Elsa Figueroa Newland. She's the office manager here at Q Optical at the Manor Park branch. She has been here since its inception. Tell us about that experience, Elsa.
Well, coming into Q Optical from a background of banking, I was in banking for about 27 years. Everything was new to me. It was something that I had to learn. So the experience was something that was challenging at first, but very rewarding.
Okay. Fast forward to 2014. How would you compare the experience then to now?
Well, we have grown. We have grown in customer base, and we have grown in experience, and we have grown in talent. We have a talented set of workers here who can just look on people coming in, patients coming in, and based on the shape of the face and everything, can just select frames. So before it took a longer time, but 2040 is like a snap of a finger. And so I would say that we have learned, we have grown tremendously. And we have a lot of repeat customers who come in for the experience, and also because every customer to us is like family, right? They come in and they spend a lot of time, because choosing a frame sometimes takes time. But some people, because we have the experience of the shape of the face, we can just look and tell them this is what they should wear.
How long have you been a customer here at Q Optical?
Well, I've been a customer since 2007, so that's about 7 years now.
Okay, what do you like most about Q Optical that keeps you coming back so many years?
Well, they have a very wide variety, so there's always something to choose from. They have frequent sales, as well as the customer service is exceptional, and they keep us updated via modern amenities like social media. You know, you get your emails. Everything that IQ has happening, we know about it.
Name some of the brands that you have enjoyed over the years that Q Optical offering.
Okay, well, the glasses I currently have on now are Michael Kors. I've had Jai Kuda before. I've had Guess.
But if you're looking for cutting edge technology and you're looking for frames that will stand out, you definitely want to come to Q Optical. We have a wide range of glasses to choose from in terms of lenses, personalized service, personalized frames, personalized lenses. You won't find that anywhere else on the island.
I really enjoy interacting with people, patients. This is something that really gives me pleasure, especially when the selection is right for them and you see them come out smiling. It really does do very well for us. Also, because when that person goes out, that person is our advert. They do the advertisement for us. And so you always hear people coming in and say, I saw so-and-so in this frame, and she told me that this was where she got it from. And so they always want to get something similar, you know. So that's really a good experience for us as well. training and our customer service. We pride ourselves in giving excellent and beyond good customer service. Everybody here gets training from time to time. We're the expert at selecting frames and lenses. I mean, beyond any other.
Our vision is really to stay ahead of our game, to offer quality products to our clients, and possibly maybe opening other locations across the island so other customers within the region can experience IQ Optical.
Okay, we're here with Caroline. She's a regular customer of IQ Optical. Caroline, tell us how long you've been a customer here at IQ.
Well, I've been a customer here since I'm wearing glasses. At least over 10 years, I'd have to say. I like it's like family here, excellent customer service. Whenever there's anything, screw missing, nose pad missing, I come in, get excellent treatment. I have dark glasses, regular glasses. I'm a pediatrician, the children love this pair. And if I'm not careful, I spend all my money in glasses, really. Love it here.
How did you find out about IQ Optical?
I think I stumbled upon it actually. But once I found them, I've never left them. I probably bought all over, my first pair was probably from somewhere else. But from I found them that.
So what do you like most about the experience here? What do you enjoy most? What stands out for you?
Well, you know, their motto, or what they always say is that, you know, your face deserves a beautiful frame. So your frame is an extension of your face. So you should wear something that looks good on you. Well, I've sent a few. My mother, my husband, my siblings, and just last week one of my patients came in here. I tell him that, look, your frames will cost you anywhere you go, but you can get a wide selection here to fit your pocket, and the customer service is worth it.
They know IQ Optical is the intelligent choice. We want to thank them for their loyalty and support and love over the 15 years.
Great customer service.
Wow.
Representing IQ.
Wow, that's really nice.
We interviewed the owner of IQ Optical, Dr. Aaron Wall, who shared with us the history of the company and the successes it has achieved over the past 15 years. IQ Optical is celebrating 15 years of existence. How does it feel, Dr. Wall?
Oh, I'm very pleased to have reached this point. Never really quite imagined it when we started, but it's been very good so far. I know it might appear like there are a lot of optical outlets. There aren't really that many, and there definitely weren't when we started 15 years ago, and there was a desperate need, I'd say, for optical outlets or people providing a high-end optical service, something that you could, at that stage, only really find abroad in terms of customer service, product choice, and also we want to educate our patients, customers, that they understand why they should do this, why they shouldn't do that, why this product is better than the next maybe. And there wasn't really anything else like that at that time. From
IQ Optical opened the doors, I was one of the first person, along with Dr. Wall and another employee. And so I worked at New Kingston for about 6-7 years, and here 8 years, so that's 15.
So how was that transition for you from banking to
it was good. It was good because it's something new, something that I never knew about, and just that learning experience posed a challenge, and I went for it, and it gave me that real satisfaction to know that I've conquered it, and this is where I am now.
It goes with the catchphrase, which is the intelligent choice, and really what I wanted to try and do was educate people. I think it's important in everything that people really understand. You go to many optical places and they say, here, this is what you have, this is what you need. Now, some personalities like that, but I think most people want to have an understanding. There are so many different options, and if someone comes here, what they'll find different from maybe what they found in the past is that it's not like, well, you can have this or that, but there's a whole range of options of a particular kind of lens or frame choice or all different kind of things. So I want to be able, between me and my staff, to explain to my customers, this product will do this, but it's not so good at that. The next thing is better at that, but then you lose something else. Typically, with all things, you have to make a certain amount of compromise. Obviously, the more premium product you go, the less compromises you make. But it's so that people understand it. There's a choice of features that your lens can actually do for you. But, you know, there's a bit of give and take. And depending on what you spend, like all things in life, is what you get, really. We have what you can see behind us, this measuring system, for example. We're the first people in the whole of the Caribbean, actually, to have it. And that measures very precisely the placement of your lenses. Previously, you'd use a ruler, right? So obviously, when you have a digital measuring system that's taking a picture and measuring it, it's much more accurate. And the advent of digital manufacturing processes in lens production means that we can personalize lenses these days. So lenses are only really true to the prescription of what they call the optical center, which is lined up right in front of your eyes. And the further you look to the sides, the more distortions you get. But modern digital lenses, because they can make the periphery of the lens much more accurately, can actually reduce those distortions. So it gives you wider field of view, easier, you feel less like you've got lenses on or glasses on. You might notice my lenses are very clear, for example. That's because they've got an anti-reflection coating. So that means less light is reflected off my lens, more light gets transmitted. I see better, especially for computer use. Really helps significantly with night driving. And I look better, because when people look at me, they see me and not all reflections in front of my face. And we have a name out there for having the nice looking eyewear, and people will just assume that's the frame selection. And whilst that's part of it, a great deal of it has got to do with the coated lenses, because not only do you see better, but you look much, much better. And that's really what makes our frames and our stand out. We offer quite a wide selection of brands. I pay particular interest in that. My father was a frame wholesaler, which is maybe why I got into the optical world. But we had, so I go and source brands where the sales reps don't come to Jamaica, so there are other people don't necessarily get to see them. But we've got some high-end brands exclusive to us: Fast, JF Ray, Boz, Lindbergh, which is a actually luxury and very beautiful rimless line made to measure. We have a range called Tom Davis out of the UK, where you can actually come in and design your own frame. We have a few samples, and then you can completely change the colour or the shape or the size, so it's completely bespoke. We have other brands like Ogre, Litec. There's a whole list. Actually, more than we should have, really. But I like to change it up a little bit. Recently, I found a really nice line out of Belgium called Louis. Very, very colourful. People love colours here, and that's nice. So when I'm choosing frames, and the sales reps always go, "Wow, you pick all the really colourful ones." Most people just go black and brown, and I'm like, well, that's what my people want, and I'm happy to provide it. And I'm glad that people are bold in their frame selection. This is actually JF Ray. It's possibly the boldest frame I've ever worn, and I definitely get most compliments on it than I've had from any other pair of glasses. So that's what I hear people say. My customers come back and say, look, it doesn't matter where I go around the world, everybody stop me, where you get those glasses. And when they say Jamaica, they're actually quite blown away. So that's the nice feedback that I like to hear. Well, we do full eye examinations, a comprehensive eye examination. So most people turn up because they're looking for new glasses or they want their eyes tested so that they see better. But particularly as we get older, and particularly in children, it's important that they get a health check as well. But everybody gets health screens, so people over age 35, we do complimentary blood sugar screening. Obviously, if your sugar's high, it can affect your vision and it can affect the eye examinations, so we want to know. But just because people in that kind of age group, as we age, we lose our ability to see nearby, to read. It happens to the best of us. So therefore, people come in that kind of age group, and therefore I just felt we're well positioned to screen people who maybe wouldn't be going to their medical doctor on a regular basis. It's been amazing what we've picked up through doing that. But then the eye examination is an amazing way to not only screen for eye diseases, but a general health check. It's the only part of your body where you can observe the blood vessels. So, you know, lifestyle diseases, diabetes, hypertension, these sorts of things can become visible. There's also a really high prevalence for a blinding condition called glaucoma, which many people have heard of but don't really know very much about. Biggest problem with glaucoma is you don't notice the symptoms until it's too late. So if you wait until you notice something's wrong, it's too late to help you. Most likely you are going to lose your vision. However, if it gets picked up through routine examination, just through using eye drops, albeit every day for the rest of your life, you can save your vision, and so you never ever notice. So we're optometrists here, so we will screen you, and if we find anything wrong, we will then refer you to the ophthalmologist, who's really the medical doctor who specialises in eye disease and surgery to deal with the treatment. We are actually qualified to treat a lot, but in Jamaica we're not allowed to do it. But you know, so we'll check the pressure in your eye as well as look at it. That's related to glaucoma. And also we do free visual field screening for people who are necessary. So one of the things with glaucoma is bits of your vision drop out. If you imagine like a pixel on a TV, and if one pixel missing in one place, because both eyes overlap, might not be missing in the other, so you don't notice that it's missing, and your brain's very clever, so on the edges where there's no overlapping field, it fills in the blank. So you only really notice when a condition has progressed far and a lot of your vision has gone and you're looking more like a tunnel and you crash your car or start bumping into things. And by that point it's too late. So that's all complimentary for people who need it. I want people to know that they're going to come here, they're going to get full comprehensive eye examination. Yes, we're going to make sure they can see well, but we're also going to make sure we're healthy. I find myself talking to my patients quite a lot about their general health these days, what sorts of things they can do to maybe change their lifestyle or their diet.
There are three areas that people usually get mixed up. You have optician, optometrist, and ophthalmologist. Could you explain the difference for the benefit of our viewers?
Yeah, I get asked this question all the time. People really don't have any idea of the difference. But basically, an optician is someone who's trained in advising you what frame or lens selection is suitable for your lifestyle, your occupation, the prescription you might have. Obviously, the higher the prescription, the more critical kind of decisions you need to make in selecting eyewear. The optometrist, which is what I am, we're trained in what the optician does in terms of frame and lens selection, but also eye examinations to examine your eyes to get the prescription. But we do important health screening and checking out the health of your eye, which is an important process. And then if we find something wrong with the health, we then refer you to the ophthalmologist. The ophthalmologist now is a medical doctor who's gone on to specialise in eye disease and surgery. So their expertise isn't really doing eye examinations to come up with the numbers for glasses, but more in treating the disease and health aspects of the eye. But because there's a shortage of optometrists in Jamaica, you find a lot of ophthalmologists step in to fill the gap and actually perform what we call a refraction, the eye examination part, to come up with the numbers for your glasses. My father was a frame wholesaler. I didn't really know what to do when I was doing my A-levels at school. I born and grow in London. Didn't seem like there could be that much to learn about the eye. It seemed like quite an easy option for me, so I opted to become an optometrist. But I always wanted to travel, and so shortly after qualifying I found an opportunity in Jamaica. I wanted to come to Jamaica because I wanted to go to Reggae Sunsplash, but there was an opportunity to do some voluntary work at a place called the Fish Clinic in Papine, and they had a 3-month program, and so I timed it and I came out, and my 3 months ended with Sunsplash, and a group of friends came from the UK and we did Sunsplash, and I wasn't ready to leave. I like Jamaica very much, actually, and they begged me to stay at the clinic, and 23 years later I'm still here. So I never got to do all the other travelling I planned to do. Well, I think it's quite a success that we're still here after 15 years. Last couple of years have been much more difficult business-wise. But, you know, so we opened in 99, I think 2006 we opened a second location in Manor Park. Our lab used to be in store, but we basically ran out of space, and so we moved it 2 or 3 years ago now. So we've got bigger facilities where we can do the jobs better. Right from the off, we've used technology in what we do. So we have digital tracing systems, so lenses can be made as thin and therefore aesthetically pleasing. The first people, as I said, in the whole Caribbean to have digital measuring systems. And we basically offer products that other people don't offer. So, for example, another place you can get a regular lens, or they might say you can get a high index, a thinner lens. Okay, well, there are many levels of high index, so it's not just one or other, but there are a few. And then there are other things you can do to make your lenses thinner and the vision sharper in terms of what they call aspheric curves on lenses. And we basically offer something for everybody, and every premium kind of optical product that you could buy anywhere in the world. And I'd like to think that our shops could stand, you know, in Manhattan or London or Paris or whatever, and look the part, and you get the service that you'd expect in a place like that, and the products.
Well, I see us expanding even more. You know, we started with one branch in New Kingston, and after about 6 years or so, we opened Manor Park. I see us opening other branches and expanding more because people want it. We have people in Montego Bay who leave from Montego Bay and come to Kingston just for the experience, and they are saying, we need a branch in Montego Bay, we need a branch in Ocherous, we need a branch in Ligani. So I see us in another 5 years maybe opening another brand.
Right, well that's it's the $1 million question really. I often have thoughts of expanding the business. Expanding the business for me means more locations, obviously. Keep being asked to open in Montego Bay at the moment. I have quite a few customers who come from there. Another store, bigger headache for it's the downside for me, but I'd like to tighten up my systems, make it a bit easier, make the company run a bit better, so that if there's the opportunity to expand, we can expand.
Today, IQ Optical stands as one of the premier eye care providers of choice in Jamaica, always preferred for outstanding optical services and fashionable eyewear provided in an environment of care and professionalism by knowledgeable and caring staff.
Welcome to IQ Optical, 50 years of excellent service.